5 minutes with Fitzy in the wake of the NRL Grand Final. Peter,
won?
hello.
No, it wasn't a bad game.
It was.
It wasn't one of the greats. It was a good game.
No, it was a great finish, entertaining finish to say the least. Cameron Smith.
Yeah.
As we speak right now, only a couple of days after the Grand Final, we still are none the wiser as to whether or not he's retiring, and read into the upcoming release of his book, which got announced the day after Grand Final, whatever you wish on
We
that.
don't know that it's definitely coming, and we'll only know that they're going to press print. I'm in the book business.
Well, I can pre-book it for November 14 today.
Oh, right, so it's
Pre-order.
definitely coming out.
It's coming out, baby.
James, on this show, we don't promote any
well,
book other than one I've written. I've got Break 'em Around out today.
Well, our colleague Andrew Webster wrote it, so
He's a good man.
it's all in the family.
And he's a very good writer.
Did you say you got one coming out today?
Today,
Right,
break 'em around.
You churn them out. Anyway.
I don't churn.
Right, what do you do?
I shape, I weave, I mould.
He churns. Now, I want you to churn some stuff out on Cameron Smith.
Yeah, go on.
Has there been a more... Is maligned the right word? When you're talking about greats of the game, someone that is right up there with the best of them, in Andrew Johns' word, and we're talking about an eighth immortal here, the best I've ever seen. Is he harshly dealt with by the public?
By who? Because you say, and my briefing notes here say, tall poppy syndrome. Hang on a second. Name and shame, quite seriously, the journalist in the anybody in the public domain who says, a journalist, okay, who attacks regularly. I'm in the attack business, am I not? That's I have a go every now and then.
You do?
I might have had the odd pot shot at Cameron Smith. I can't particularly remember, but he seems to me a good guy. He's a brilliant player. He's been a great captain. Every team he's ever been a part of goes well. But if you say tall poppy syndrome and maligned, can you think of anybody that regularly has a go at Cameron Smith? Seriously.
There might be a few out there. But
I rest my case. Look at this. This is the. I put them in the witness box. You can't name anybody.
No, there's a few out there, but it's not my job here to be
Buzz
naming
Rothfield
people.
doesn't have a go at him. Andrew Webster doesn't have a go at him. I don't have a go at him. Phil Gould doesn't have a go at him.
But do you think footy fans?
No, I don't think footy fans. I think that's a fairer point. But I think that footy fans, like for me, I hate to be a fanboy, but even now when I see Wally Lewis in the Channel 9 corridors, there's something in me which is.
Yep. You get starstruck.
Not starstruck, but that's Wally Lewis. There'll never be another Wally
Lewis.
He's royalty. But I don't. But Cameron Smith has had a career, at least the equal of Wally Lewis, but was never loved like Wally Lewis. And I don't, he seems to be a straight down the line guy, but I wouldn't apply tall poppy syndrome to him particularly, as in I don't think he's been particularly criticised. It's just the public at large likes him, more or less respects him, admires what he's done, but they don't go, like he doesn't grip people the way the likes of Wally Lewis or Andrew Johns.
Is it a frustrated...
Or Peter Sterling.
Frustrated fan? I mean, he's got to be the worst player to play against because of the way he can control a game. And his interactions with the referees, even in the Grand Final on Sunday night, I guess they are always spoken about because he has a way with the referees like most players don't.
Yes, 30 years ago I was playing a game for Sydney University, captained by Nick Farr-Jones, who was the Wallaby World Cup winning captain, and we played against Eastwood, and at the end of it the Eastwood captain Scott Reed said to the referee, "Here's to you, sir, you don't have to call Farr-Jones sir," because Farr-Jones had that aura where the referees were very respectful to him, and I do feel a bit like that. I mean, H.G. Nelson, the well-known commentator, said on the TV on the weekend that he's the first playing captain, coach, referee, playing referee, and he does have that about it. You tell me, he had a go. He said to the referee with 10 minutes ago, what was the line? Something along the lines of, "You don't have to even the scores up. You don't have to."
Yeah, things were going well. It was along the lines of are you or are you not creating an entertaining finish?
That's right.
And we're just paraphrasing what was said there. And this is the thing these days, you hear all the conversations between players and referees. And it's probably those conversations that irk, I guess, the rival fans. But tell you what, if I'm in Cameron Smith's team, if I'm a Storm fan, I could sit completely on the fence in the world of rugby league. My team doesn't even play in the National Rugby League. I'm in awe of this guy and what he's been able to do. And if he's getting away with it on the field and it's helping dictate what happens actually in the game, then good on him.
If let's say you're a Storm fan, and I think you're pretty neutral, are you not, about which team you go for, or at least it's not in the public domain. You don't particularly favour a team. But if you're a Storm fan, and you could say to Cameron Smith now, is it not obvious to you that you've been a great servant for the last 10, 12 years, or even longer. How many years? 14, 15, whatever, a long time for the Storm. You've been a great servant of the past, and you've been a great servant at the present. You're the grand final winning captain.
Yep.
To be a servant of the future, you need to make a call, mate, because they're trying to sort themselves out for, you know, who
Do you think he has made the call?
No, I don't. And I asked Andrew Webster, has he made the... And Andrew Webster, who's written the book that's out on the November 14, Andrew Webster says he simply doesn't know. And he says, as I understand it, that Cameron Smith doesn't know. But on the other hand, if they pressed bang for print the button, probably that is go. I mean, it's very rare for a sports person to go out at their absolute height.
Yep.
And you won't probably recognise his name, but a name that comes to me, I think his name was Billy Smith, I think his name was. He was a St George winger, and he was a great through the 60s and maybe the 70s. Anyway, I remember a story, he kept playing to 84, maybe 85, 1985, something like that, but he played well past his best, and people said, but we want to remember you at your best. And as I remember the story, Billy Smith said, well, that may be what you want, but I love playing, and you may want me to, go out on top. I don't. I just want to keep playing. And, you got to, if that is his view, you got to, I suppose, respect that.
Still winning premierships.
Either way, make the call, mate.
All right, see what happens coming days, weeks, months, or perhaps years. Who knows? Thank you,
See
Fitzy.
you. Bye-bye.
5 minutes with Fitzy.
Do you like my shirt?
Yes, it's a great shirt. You can tell he's been shopping in the Byron Bay hinterland, can't you? Well done. Lisa would have chosen that for sure.
See ya.